We continue now at the top of Daf Tzadi Aleph Amud Aleph Mesechet Sanhedrin. This is Sanhedrin Daf 91a. On the previous summit, the Caesar asked Rabbi Gamliel, how is it possible for HaKadosh Baruch Hu to bring the dead back to life? That's like bringing offer, it's like bringing dust to life. That's not possible. And the Gemara now continues, Amra le Barate, his daughter said to him, Rashi explains, Amra le Barate de Caesar, the daughter of the Caesar said to Rabbi Gamliel, Shavke, as the Gemara continues, Shavke, leave this one aside, meaning you don't need to answer this question, V'anom mahadrin ale, because I'm able to answer this question. The daughter of the Caesar said that she can answer the question as follows. Shnei Yotzrim yesh b'yirenu. There are two craftsmen in our city. Echad Yotzrim and Hamayim. One of them fashions clay vessels from water. V'echad Yotzrim and Hatit, and the other one he fashions it from mortar. Eza mehen meshubach. Which one of them is more praiseworthy? Amar Allah. So he said to her, Zesha Yotzrim and Hamayim. If he's able to create the vessels out of water, that's more impressive. So Amrale. So she said to him, Min Hamayim tsar. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he creates people from water. It means to say from tipa srucha. So Min Hatit lo kol shekain. So certainly from the mortar, certainly that would be possible that HaKadosh Baruch Hu could create life from that. Rashi explains, Shnei Yotzrim mashal, this is a mashal. Ilu hayu Shnei Yotzrim b'yireinu, if you had two Yotzrim in our city, Echad Yotzr kelim and Amayim, one of them fashioned his vessels from water, etc. Amra lo, so she said to him, Im ken HaKadosh Baruch Hu, if so, when it comes to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Im min Hamayim hu mitzayer, he's able to create people from water, Dmitipa srucha shikamayim, from that small drop, which is like water hu molid, that's what creates a person, that's what creates life. So min ha'afar lo kol shekein shebiyado, certainly he can do that from offer, from dust. And the Gemara continues, Devei Rabbi Yishmael Tana, in the yeshiva of Rabbi Yishmael, it was taught, Kal v'chomer mi klei zechuchis, we can make a kal v'chomer from glass vessels. Ma klei zechuchis she'amolen beruach basar v'dam, if when it comes to glass vessels, which they are made by the breath of flesh and blood, meaning they're made by people, nishbru, but when they break, yesh lahen takana, there's a way to fix them. So basar v'dam, so when it comes to flesh and blood, she'berucho shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu, it's made with the spirit of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, alachas kama v'kama, certainly there is a way to fix, so to speak, there is a way to bring the dead back to life. And the Gemara continues, Amar leha hahu mino l'Rabbi Ami, a particular heretic said to Rabbi Ami, Amrisu d'shach v'chai, you say that those who are dead are going to come back to life, v'hoha v'afra, but aren't they just dust? V'afra mikachai, can dust come to life? And the Gemara continues, Amar Le said back to him, Emshol lach mashal l'mahadavar dome, I'll give you a mashal what it's compared to. L'melech basar v'dam, it's like a king of flesh and blood. Sha'amar li avadav, he says to his servants, L'chu vanu li palterin gedolim b'makom shein mayim v'afar, go and build for me big palaces in places where there's no water and there's no dirt. And so the Gemara says, Halchu vanu, so they go ahead and they build it. Liyamim, then after some time, naflu, they fall down. Amar lehem, he says to them, Chazru uvanu oso b'makom sheyesh afar umayim, go ahead and build it again, but now in a place where there is dirt and water. Amru lo, so they say to him, Ein anu yecholin, we're not able to do that. And so the Gemara says, Koas aleim, he gets angry at them, v'yamar lehen, and he says to them, B'makom shein mayim v'afar b'nisam, you were able to build in a place where there was no water and dirt. So achshav now, sheyesh mayim v'afar, where there is water and dirt, alachas kama v'kama, certainly you should be able to build. And Rashi explains, Achshav sheyesh mayim, now that there is water, v'hachinami, here also, HaKadosh Baruch Hu yotzer es ha'adam mitipa katana, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is able to create man from a small drop, she'ein ba mamish, which has no substance. V'kol shegen sheyachol levarosim and offer, certainly he's able to create man from the dirt. Inami, or you can explain, kala olam kulo, yotzar mitohu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the entire world from nothingness, so again, certainly he's able to create man from dirt. And the Gemara continues, Rav Ami continues, V'mi'at if you don't believe me that HaKadosh Baruch Hu creates life from the dirt, say lebika, go out to the valley, urei achbar, and see the achbar, shahayom, that today, chetzio basar v'chetzio adama, it's half flesh and half earth, but lamachar, but tomorrow, hishritz, it's going to develop, v'nasa kulo basar, it's going to become entirely flesh. And Shematomer, maybe you'll say, Lizman Maruba, that's true, but it takes a long time, alei lahar, go up to the mountain, urei, and you can see, shahayom ein bo elechilazanecha, that today there's just one snail, but tomorrow yardu geshamim, the rain will come down, v'nismale kulo chelzonos, and it will be full of snails, and so you can see that it can happen in a quick amount of time. And Rashi explains, if you don't believe that HaKadosh Baruch Hu can create from the dirt, Rashi says when it comes to the achbar, there are some among the species that they're not created in the normal fashion of birth. And hayom, today, maschil liver of Today it's beginning to be created, to come out from the earth, and tomorrow it's going to walk when it's created. Maybe you'll say Luzman Maruba takes a long time. Sha'oso sheretz, that particular sheretz, ain't no nivrali alter. It's not created immediately. Elizman Maruba Shavua Shvuayim. Maybe it takes a week or 2 weeks. Then you're going to think that HaKadosh Baruch Hu was not able to bring the dead back to life quickly. So again, you can see an example from the Chilazon where it happens quickly. And the Gemara continues, Amar Le'ahu Mina LeGavia ben Pesisa, a particular heretic said to Gavia ben Pesisa, Vai lechon chayavaya, woe is to you guilty ones, woe is to you the wicked, the amrisun meisei chayin, that you say the dead come back to life. The chayin meisi, the meisei chayin, those who are alive, they die. Do you think that those who are dead are able to come back to life? Amar Lei said back to him, Vai lechon chayavaya, woe is to you, the wicked ones, the amrisun meisei lo chayin, that you say the dead don't come to life. The lo havachai, those who never existed, they're able to be alive, they're able to be born. The havachai lo kol shekain, those who are already once alive, so certainly they should be able to be brought back to life. Amar Lei said to him, Chayavaya Karesli, you're calling me wicked. If I stand up, Ba'idna bach, Upashitna lak musach minach. Gavia ben Pesisa was bent over, so he said to him, if I stand up, I'm going to kick you, and I'll straighten you out from the fact that you're bent over. Amar Lei said to him, Imato Sakain, if you do that, Rofe Uman Tikra, you'll be called an expert doctor, with Schar Har Beititol, and you'll take great wages for that. And the Gemara continues, Tanu Rabban, and the rabbis taught, Be'esrim v'arba b'Nisan, on the 24th of Nisan, is Natilu dimusnoi mi Yehuda umi Yerushalayim. The dimusnoi, they were removed from Yehuda and Yerushalayim. And Rashi explains, Dimusnoi is Orin Bale Chamas, Shayu Rotzen Litol, Chelek B'Yehuda v'Yerushalayim. These were people, essentially robbers. They wanted to take a portion of the land in Yehuda and Yerushalayim. And so at this point in time, they were exiled from Yerushalayim. And the Gemara continues, Keshabo b'nei Afrikia lodonim Yisrael lefnei Alexandros Mokton, when the people of Africa came in judgment before Klal Yisrael in front of Alexander the Great, Alexander of Macedon. Amrulo, they said to him, Eretz Canaan shalanuhi. They said that Eretz Canaan, it really belongs to us. Techsiv, because it's written, Eretz Canaan legvuloseo. It says it's Eretz Canaan according to its boundaries. U'Canaan avuon dehanu in shihave, and Canaan was the father of these people from Africa. Amar Lahu Gavia ben Pesisa lechachamim. So Gavia ben Pesisa said to the chachamim, Tanu li rishos, give me permission. Ve'elech va'adoni mohen, and I'm going to go. I'll be able to judge in front. Lifnei Alexandros Mokton, I'll be able to judge in front of Alexander the Great. I'll give an argument for our side. Im yenatzchuni. Now, if they defeat me, Amru, so they'll say, Hedyot shabano nitzachtem. So you just defeated a regular person. V'imani anatzeach osam. But if I defeat them, Amru lahem, they'll say to them, Torahs Moshe nitzachtem. They'll say it's the Torah of Moshe Rabbeinu that prevailed. So Nasnu lo rishos v'halach v'doni moam. So they gave him permission, and he went and he judged before them. Amar lahem, he said to them, Meheichon atem meviim raya. From where are you bringing evidence? Amrulo, they said to him, in Torah, bring evidence from the Torah. Amar lahen, he said to them, Afani lo avi lachem raya elam in Torah. So I also will only bring a proof from the Torah. Shenemar, because it says in the pasuk, Vayomer oror Canaan eved avodim yelachav. It says that Canaan is going to be a slave. And so eved shekana nechasim eved lemi unechasim lemi. When it comes to a slave who acquires property, who does the slave belong to, and who does the property belong to? So even according to your argument that it belongs to Canaan, but everything that belongs to Canaan, Canaan is a slave, and everything that belongs to Canaan belongs to Canaan's master. And not only that, there's been many years where you haven't served us as slaves, and so therefore you actually owe us for that, and that is our argument why we are entitled to the land. Amar lahem Alexandros Malchus. So King Alexander said to them, Hechziru lo teshuva, return some kind of answer to his argument. Amrulo, they said to him, Tanu lanu zman shlosha yomim, give us time 3 days, and we'll be able to respond. Nasan lahem zman, he gave them time, bodku v'lo matzu teshuva. They looked, they couldn't find an answer. Miyad barchu, immediately they ran away. V'hinichu sadusein kashein zeruos v'charmein kashein netuos, and they left their fields fully planted. They left their vineyards fully planted. V'yos hashana shvias hais, and that year happened to be a Shemitah year, so it was a good year for Klal Yisrael to be able to use that produce from those abandoned fields, because it was a Shemitah year. They were resting the land. And the Gemara continues, Shuv pamachas, there was another time, Bo b'nei Mitzrayim lodun im Yisrael, that the people of Egypt came in judgment before Klal Yisrael. If now Alexander smoked on again before Alexander the Great. Amrulo, they said to him, Harei Omer. It says in the pasuk, V'Hashem nasan eschein ha'am be'enei Mitzrayim v'yashilum. It says that Hashem gave the favor of the nation in the eyes of Mitzrayim. and they lent them property. And so the Mitzrayim argue, Tenu lanu kesef v'zav shenataltem mimenu, give us the silver and the gold that you took from us. Amar Gavia ben Pesisa lechachamim, again Gavia ben Pesisa said to the chachamim, Tenu li rishus ve'elech v'adon imoen lefnei Alexandros, give me permission and I'll judge in front of them, in front of Alexander. Im yinatzchuni, if they defeat me, amru lahem hediot shebanu nitzachtem, then say to them that they just defeated a regular person among them. V'ma'anian atzeach osam, but if I defeat them, amru lahem, then say to them, Torahs Moshe Rabbeinu nitzachtem, that it's the Torahs Moshe that has been victorious. Nasnu lo rishus, so they gave him permission, v'halach v'dan imon, and he went and he judged before them. Amar Leni said to them, Meheichon atem mevi'in raya, from where are you bringing evidence? Amar lo, they said to him, min haTorah, bringing evidence from the Torah. Amar Lehen, so he said to them, Af ani lo avi raya lachem ela min haTorah, I also will bring an evidence from the Torah as well. Shenemar, as it says in the pasuk, Moshe b'nei Yisrael asher yashuv Mitzrayim shloshim shana v'arba me'os shana, it says that b'nei Yisrael were in Mitzrayim for 430 years. Tanu lanu schar avoda shel shishim ribo sheshibaratem in Mitzrayim shloshim shana v'arba me'os shana, give us the wages for those who have worked in Mitzrayim, 600,000 who have worked in Mitzrayim for 430 years. Amar Len Alexander Smokton, so Alexander the Great said to them, Hechziru lo teshuva, give him some kind of response. Amar lo, they said to him, Tenu lanu zman shlosha yamim, give us time 3 days. Nasan lahem zman, he gave them time. Bodkul v'lo matzu teshuva, they checked, they couldn't find an answer. Miyad henichu sadosein kashen zeruos v'charmeyen kashen netuos, and immediately they left their fields planted, they left their vineyards planted, ubarchu, and they fled. V'yosa shana shviyasais, and that year was a Shemitah year. And then another time, Bo b'nei Yishmael u'b'nei Keturah, Ladunim Yisrael, the children of Yishmael and Keturah, they came in judgment before Klal Yisrael, if Alexander smoked on in front of Alexander the Great. Amrullah, they said to him, Eretz Canaan shalanu v'shalachem, Eretz Canaan should belong to all of us, because we're all descendants of Avram Avinu, D'chsiv, as it's written. V'ela told us Yishmael ben Avram, Uchsiv Ela told us Yitzchak ben Avram. It talks about the generations of Yishmael, the generations of Yitzchak, we're all entitled to the land. Amar Lehen Gavia ben Pesisa lechachamim, and Gavia ben Pesisa said to the Chachamim, Tanuli Rishos ve'elech vadun imohem, give me permission, and I will go and judge before them. Lefnei Alexander Smokton, in front of Alexander the Great. If they defeat me, Amru hediot shabanu nitzachtem, so then they'll say that it was just a regular person that you defeated. But if I defeat them, Amru lahem, say to them, Torahs Moshe Rabbeinu nitzachtem, that it's the Torahs Moshe that prevailed. Nosnu lo rishus, so they gave him permission. Halach v'dan imam, he went and he judged with them. Amru lahem, he said to them, Meheichon atem mevi'in raya, where are you bringing proof from? Amru lo min haTorah, they said to him, from the Torah. Amar lahen, he said to them, Afani lo avi raya ela min haTorah, I also will bring proof from the Torah. Shenemar, as it says in the pasuk, Vayiten Avram as kol asher lo li Yitzchak, Avram gave everything he had to Yitzchak. V'levnei Pilagshim asher li Avram, and for the children of the Pilagshim, of the concubines that Avram had, Nasan Avram matanos, Avram gave gifts. And so we can say as follows, Avshan Nasan agitin levonav bechayev v'shiger zeh me'al zeh klum yesh lazeh al zeh klum. If a father gives a certain distribution to his children during his lifetime, so that in that way to separate them from each other, to divide up the property, so does anyone have a claim against the other? There's no claim anymore. Avram already divided, he apportioned everything out. And the Gemara continues, my matanos, what exactly were these gifts that he gave to them? It says that Avram gave gifts. Amar Rav Yirmiyah bar Abba, Rav Yirmiyah bar Abba says, Melamed, it teaches, Shemosar lahem shem tumah, he gave them the name of impurity, he gave them the shem tumah. And Rashi explains, first, agatin is kasavim shelo yitol echad b'chei lechaveru, it's documents that one shouldn't take from the portion of his friend. K'moshe asa Avram li Yishmael, that's what Avram did for Yishmael, shelo litol b'mesha nasan li Yitzchak klum. The idea was, Yishmael shouldn't take from what Yitzchak was given. Klum yesh lazal zeh klum, does either party have any argument against the other? Shem tumah, and so what did he give them as gifts? He gave them tumah, what means kishuf? It means to say kishuf, it means he gave them the ability for witchcraft, for sorcery, and for the actions of demons. And the Gemara continues, Amar le Antoninus le Rebbe, Antoninus said to Rebbe, Guf uneshama, Yechon liftor atzman min hadin, the guf, the body, and the neshama, the soul, they're able actually to exempt one another from judgment. Ketzad, how so? Guf omer, the guf, the body can say, neshama chatas, it's really the soul that has sinned. Shemiyom shaper shemimeni, because from the day that the soul leaves me, hareini mutal ke'evin domim bekever, I'm just like a silent stone in the gravesite, I don't do anything. Uneshama omer, and the soul says, Guf chata, that it's actually the body that that sinned. Shemiyom shepeirashti mimenu, because from the day that I separate from the body, hareini porachas ba'avir kitzipur, I fly through the air like a bird. Amar lei, so he said to him, Emshalach mashal lemeha davar dom, I'll give you a mashal to what this is compared to. It's compared lemelech basar v'dam, to a king of flesh and blood. Shahayelo pardes, he has an orchard, pardes no, a nice orchard. V'hayabo, and there is within the pardes, within the orchard, and we will continue with this discussion in the next video on Daf Tzadi Aleph Amid Beis.